Welcome to the AFD Cycling Podcast. Cycling from an Irish perspective. So today we're going to be reviewing the first three stages of the AlUla Tour. It's a race taking place now in Saudi Arabia. Standout riders in it would be, for sprinters, would be Merlier and Milano. That's Tim Merlier and Juan Sebastian Milano. Milano obviously racing for UAE Emirates, and Tim Merlier, the European champion, racing for Soudal Quickstep. In GC, Tom Pidcock for Q36.5 and Eddie Dunbar for AlUla would be the two standouts for me. In stage one of the 5th edition of this race, Tim Merlier, the European champion, ended up victorious, taking the win over Juan Sebastian Milano of UAE Team Emirates XRG. Third was Michael Zieglaard of Tudor Pro Cycling, and Matteo Moschetti of Q36.5 was fourth, and Dylan Groenewegen of Team AlUla was fifth. This left Merlier in the lead of the GC in the green jersey, and it also left him in the lead of points classification. Milano would wear the jersey the next day, however, due to Merlier occupying the green jersey. The U classification was being won by Frank van den Broek after stage one of Team Picnic Post NL, and the team's classification was for AlUla, but many teams tied on time. Stage 2, it was a hillier stage, most definitely. Due to conditions, the stage was shortened, took away a lap and neutralised the descent. The winner of this stage ended up being Thomas Pidcock of Q36.5. He moved into the green jersey. He won 4 seconds ahead of Rainer Keplinger of Bahrain Victorious. Alan Hatterley of Team AlUla was 7 seconds behind. Eddie Dunbar was fourth for Team AlUla on 18 seconds, and Stefan de Bod was fifth at 21 seconds. This really shook up the GC, however. Tom Pidcock jumping the whole way to the top, jumping 45 positions the whole way to the top. Rainer Keplinger to second, Alan Hatterley to third, and it's pretty much as you were in the stage. The points classification was led by Pidcock. Merlier would wear the jersey due to Pidcock occupying the green jersey. On to stage 3 then. Another flat stage. This was perfectly panned flat as it could be. The stage was won by Tim Merlier, Dylan Groenewegen for Team AlUla second, Juan Sebastian Milano was third, and Matteo Moschetti, on good form, I must say, fourth again, and Pierre Barbier of Unger Bonzing WB was fifth. So, in the GC, there was a real shake-up, and I do not know what is the story here, but I do know that Eddie Dunbar lost about 1 minute 10 seconds to Tom Pidcock. He was fourth starting the day. He lost 1 minute 2 seconds to Tom Pidcock on the stage. So Pidcock stays in the GC. Then it's Rainer Keplinger, Alan Hatherley, Frederick de Verns, I think is how you say it, of Una X Mobility, moves up to fourth, and Yanis Voisard of Tudor goes to fifth. So among the real losers of the day, Stefan de Bod lost 23 seconds, Unai Ibrari of Equipa Current Pharma and his teammate Diego Urarte both lost 23 seconds. Matthias Breinhoch, I think you say, of Tarangu cycling team, also losing 23 seconds down to 17th, and Eddie Dunbar losing 1 minute and 2 seconds down to 19th. Still only a minute and 30 off on GC though, as we look forward to stage 4. Chances still to come in the 5-stage race. It's going to be hard to pull back 1 minute and 30 seconds, but the stage is mostly flat until pretty big kick up near the line, about 10 or so kilometers from the line. Pretty steep, so if Dunbar could get his mojo going, he could be seeing himself certainly pulling back time to those who stand between him and top 5. Pidcock, very strong on stage 3. Hard to see him lose form drastically in stage 5. A bit lumpy and bumpy, but you'd probably think it would be a puncher's day with sprinters not too far behind, but you wouldn't know, and then that would be the end of the AlUla Tour, so then it's decided, and that's that really. So that's the last chance they'll have to go with stage 4 pretty much, because that's when the big gaps are going to be made tomorrow. So AlUla Tour Irish time, pretty early in the day, finishes about 12 to 1 o'clock in the day in Irish time, so it would be not very practical if you're in school like me. So yeah, you'd want to be on Saturday though, for the final stage, you'd be able to grab a bit of that near the end, and it's going to be interesting with the Challenge Mallorca also going on. I think Jan Christian won yesterday, and one of the EF riders won today in one of the races. Marine van den Berg it was, actually, now that I remember. So that's a series of 5 or something one-day races, and it's really big into pre-season now, getting up to form. Interesting thing from an Irish point of view, on Pro Cycling Stats, it says that Eddie Dunbar is on the provisional start list of the Tour de France, and that is massive for him. I don't think he's raced the Tour de France before. He's raced the Giro. He's won 2 stages in the Vuelta this year. He's done well in the youth classification and the GC in both. So it would be good to see him go for GC, but I have a feeling that Ben O'Connor will be added to that start list. Ben O'Connor will be the GC guy, and it will end up with Eddie Dunbar going like Jai Hindley last year. He ended up in the yellow jersey, but it was more of a stage hunting kind of a gig that led him to that. And I think, yeah, if one of the two, if they both end up on the start list, it would be, I think, team leader role for Ben O'Connor. So yeah, quite a bit to go until the next World Tour race. Obviously, I never got to do a Tour Down Under review. Jonathan Narvaez won the men's Tour Down Under, so UAE having a good run of it, and that's pretty much all from me. So thanks everyone for watching, and yeah, follow or subscribe or whatever to the AFD Cycling Podcast. Thanks, catch you soon. Cycling to come, so see you soon.